everybody? Thanks for visiting the channel. So I just recorded this video just a second ago, but I didn't like how it was, so I'm re-recording. Because if you don't like the video that you're about to put out, don't put it out. You feel me? I might overlay the what I was saying in it and stuff. I might overlay that over this video or something. I'm not sure. I don't think I will, honestly. But yeah, so thanks for checking out the video. How is everybody doing today? I'm still kind of on the fence about my name. I did change it. I think you can see the new name on there. I don't know how people, put numbers in their names on the videos and stuff. I can't do that. It won't let me. It says, are you sure the name is correct? That sucks. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry for your ears on that, but I'm not taking that out because that's what happens on TV. People just, press that button and they don't give a dang. They just press it and hold it. For some reason, people like to do that. But okay, so how is everybody doing today? So this video is going to be about, should you choose to go over the road, or should you do regional, or should you do a dedicated account? God dang it, I gotta turn on this extra wiper. There's a difference in these, obviously. The over the road is you're going through all the states in America. You go through all of them. I mean, sometimes you cross the border, which, not with my company you won't, but some companies you might cross the border, I'm not sure. But yeah, over the road is, you go through everywhere, it doesn't matter. Regional is, they have different parts of the United States, like southeast, northeast, west, all these other state regions that you just travel in that area. And it'll usually be around your home. So it'd be easy for them to, bring you back to your home for home time. And then you have a dedicated account, which is accounts like Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart or Costco. Those are our accounts that we have. Somebody told me that Dick's went bankrupt. I'm not sure. But I know they kicked off all the drivers from Swift on the dedicated account because there was no freight when all this started off. So I'm not sure if they're bankrupt or if they're good. But yeah, I went ahead and got over so that, I didn't have to worry about following too closely to this guy. And it's raining right now, so we're only allowed to go 55. That's why, I'm not passing this bad boy. Because I'm only going 55. It's 70. That's why this other truck's about to pass me. I'm about to get over it. Thank you guys. You can go ahead and pass me around me, but I'm not going to stay in that left lane going 55 miles an hour. That's not going to happen. No sirree. Not for me. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah. So which do I think that is better? Regional over the road or dedicated? Well, from my experience, I haven't done regional work. I've only done over the road and dedicated. After I was off my mentor's truck from training, let me bring that, I'll put it on there. After I was on my dedicated, or my trainer's truck, when I got off, I just went on the same account that he was on. He was on the Walmart account, so I went on Walmart, the dedicated account, out of Opelika, Alabama. And I think they only deliver to like a 350 mile radius, which is, it's nice. You can get like 2 or 3 done in a day, 2 or 3 different routes done in a day. It's usually 2 that you can get done, but you might get done 3, depending on how fast they are at loading, or if you can just drop and hook, which is nice. Because with Walmart, if you only have one store that you go into for some reason, then you could drop and hook into an empty trailer that they have. But if you're going to multiple, then you have to, of course, do the live unload at the first one, and the second one if you have 3, or if you have more than 2. But the last load that you have, you can drop and hook. It doesn't matter, as long as you don't pull a reefer behind you. If you have produce and dairy, you can't drop and hook. You have to let them live unload you, which is because that's an expensive trailer, I guess, and I don't know if they have that many of them to go out like that, so they can't leave them just laying around everywhere. Because you can use a reefer as a dry van, but you can't use a dry van as a reefer. It's like a square can be considered a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be considered a square. It's like that. So yeah, so I'm on the dedicated account now, but I was on the dedicated account for this Walmart in Opelika, DC, the DC in Opelika, Alabama. I was on them for like a good month, and I was making a killing there. You feel me? And then I went to over the road because they didn't have enough freight for everybody, all their truckers. So they had to let some people they just had to let us go. So they let me go. I went to over the road. My first load, I think I picked up in Alabama and took it to Florida. And then I went all over the U.S., all over the eastern side of the U.S. basically. The mid-east to eastern side of the U.S. I went through all those states. Let me turn this down. And I was doing that for a good month and a half. It was probably 2 months actually. I believe it was 2 months that I was doing over the road. Which, I mean, over the road is hard. So with the dedicated accounts, you know, there's always going to be freight. And with Walmart, you get paid, you get stop pay. I mean, it's not that good. I think it's either 15 or 35. It's one of those two for each stop that you make. But you can make 5 stops in a day. So, I mean, even if it is just 15, that's $75 a day extra what you're making on for the miles. So you got that. And the good thing about dedicated account is you don't have to worry about lumber fees. Lumber fees are so annoying and they're so high. Even though you don't have to pay them, you have to sit there and you have to authorize the checks and you have to, you know, get what they have to do, get their tax ID, all this, fill it out, and it takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes extra, and that just eats up your costs. So lumbers, I hate lumbers. You're already getting paid to be there. You shouldn't have to get paid again to unload something. That's your job. It doesn't make sense. It's like tipping a bellboy that gets paid to, you know, bring your stuff in. I get it, you know, it's a service, but I would much rather just get up there, unload my stuff off the trailer, put it on pallets or something, and just be on about my day. But they won't let you whenever there's lumber. Some places do, but with the COVID-19 going on, you have to pay for lumbers now. There's no way around it, which sucks, but it is what it is. So over the road, it was hard, you know, because with the dedicated, you always had parking. Like 99% of the time, I end my day back at the Walmart DC, and there's parking there. I could drop the trailer and I could bobtail right up to the office, park next to the office, and tell them my PTA, and get up the next morning at the PTA and go in and get my paperwork and load up and go for the next one. And the trailers are already loaded, which is nice. So I would say about, you're doing live loads about 75% of the time, or live unloads. But if you're doing a live unload, they only have like, I'd say the most pallets they have would be like a 15 pallets, but they can get off easy. So there's that. Yeah, the over the road is a hard life. It is. You stay out for multiple weeks, and I wasn't doing this, but if I do over the road again, I will do this because I was trying to get my weekends home for every like 3 weeks. I was trying to get home weekends, but it's best to split up your work week, or your pay week, I guess you could say. So you want to have like 1 day or maybe 2 days on one week, and then 1 or 2 days on the next week, so your paycheck isn't taking a giant hit on that 1 week that you're taking off. So if I were to do over the road, I would probably try to get home Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and head out the Saturday or something, because I'll have the Wednesday off. One of my off the week before, I'll have that paid. I won't get paid for that. And then Thursday and Friday off the next week. But then Saturday I can do a load and have the whole week, basically almost the whole week. So it's best to split up your work week like that, instead of trying to just get weekends off. Which, if your company pays that their week Saturday to Friday, get weekends off automatically. But if it's not, split that week up, so you get paid at least some miles on each one from your loads. That's really early and end your day at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, which is the best thing for you to do in over the road. If you don't do that, it's going to be really hard for you to find any bit of parking anywhere in any truck stop. So you'll have to find a rest area, but there's no showers at rest areas. So yeah, I honestly would not advise going over the road unless if you don't have a house, if you're homeless. Some people get their CDLs because they're homeless, and yeah, go over the road because you don't really have to take any home time. If you don't have a home or anything, this could be your home. There's enough space in this truck to live comfortably. Truck stops, a lot of them have, washing machines. A lot of terminals at your companies have washing machines. They have showers and stuff. So I would honestly do that. If I was homeless and I didn't have any responsibilities or anything, I would do over the road, and I would make sure I go travel as much as I can. That's the one thing about over the road. You travel to all these different states. Yeah, you are for the most part on the interstate, so you don't see too much of the state. But I mean, if you're, taking your home time and you want to interstate a particular state, just wait till they route you to that state. Take your home time there and get a rental car or something and go sightseeing for a couple days. I don't know. So if you're homeless, I would go over the road because you can't afford to skip home time because you don't have a home. But if you have responsibilities and all this stuff and a home and a relationship, I would go dedicated or local. Find a local job that pays good money and just do that. But over the road is a nice experience. But I would not want to do it again unless I was doing refrigerated reefer. Oh man, that burp was terrible. Oh, that burp was terrible too. So yeah, that's my thought on should you go dedicated or should you go over the road. Oh man, I don't know if I said that in this video. I know I said it in the other one, but I forgot to fill up before I left the DC, and they had like a little washing bay with your pumps inside of it so that you can go in and fill up on everything. So I forgot to do that, and I wasn't really thinking of it because I didn't check my whole routes. I only checked the first 2 routes, and then I thought I was coming back, so it would have been like 200 miles altogether. But I ended up having to go from Opelika to Villa Rica to another place near Atlanta, Georgia, and then I shot up to South Carolina, and that was like 200 miles, and then now I'm coming back, so it's like 400 miles extra that I didn't think about my fuel for, and I was at like a quarter of a tank or like a little over a quarter of a tank before I started that. So I'm pushing it. I am in the red right now. I've been in the red. I was 50 miles away from the DC, so I guess so. I've been 50 miles away from them when I parked. I didn't run the truck last night because I wanted to save all my fuel. I didn't idle it or anything. I got up at like 5 o'clock this morning because it was really, really hot. And I idled the truck for, I think it was like 4 hours, if that. But I had to. It was burning up. I think it was like 83 degrees outside, which means it was like 89 degrees inside, and I can't sleep in the heat. I cannot do it. I have to have some cold air. So I went without for a good while, so I went ahead and turned that truck on. But yeah, so I left the truck stop, the Pilot, this morning, and I was right above the heat, and my primary low fuel is on right now. I'm low on that primary fuel. I think I have some secondary in my tank I can use, but I am right above the empty line, and I got 20 miles to go, so I should make it. Usually in cars you have like 20 miles after you're on E that you can go. They have that reserve, so I think I'll make it off the reserve and everything and use up all this fuel. I have enough DEF, so we're good. I'm gonna fill up on DEF. That's the good thing about dedicated too. A lot of them will have the Walmart. I can't say a lot of them. Walmart DC in Opelika, where you fill up, they have your DEF, your diesel exhaust fluid. So you just go get the key for it and fill it up. You don't have to worry about paying for it or anything. They worry about all that. So yeah, I would honestly, overall, take away from this, go dedicated if you can. Go dedicated, go dedicated, go dedicated, because it's better money, better home time, honestly, unless, of course, you are homeless. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Feel free to, bring up some points if you want in the comment section. I'll be looking at that. I know when this video first comes out, I'm not going to have anybody watching or anything, but after I upload a lot and I start gaining traction on some videos, I know I hope some people will engage in conversation in the comments, which would be nice. But yeah, so it was nice talking to y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and mosey on over to this Walmart DC and go ahead and get my gas, because it's kind of worrying me. But I'm above the enough. Yeah, I got enough to get there. I pushed it this time. I don't want to do that again because I don't want to run out of it. But yeah, alright, so it's nice talking to y'all. Leave in the comments if you have anything that you want to discuss about this video, about points I brought up. I know I was kind of all over the place, but I tried to, keep it a linear conversation as much as I could. But I did go on tangents here and there, which is hard to, because I don't write this out. I'm just free talking, basically free thinking, and I'm just speaking what comes to my mind. So yeah, overall takeaway, my opinion, go dedicated. Alright, talk to y'all later. Logging off.